Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here, and I am actually in Hawaii on the Big Island. I'm doing some book reviews here, videos. I haven't really been recording videos. I don't know, just been kind of taking a break and stuff, and haven't really felt like it. So yeah, that's it. But I've been reading a lot, which is good. Actually, I read a book that's been sitting on my list for a while, been recommended by a few people, called Pimp. My life story, and it's by Iceberg Slim, who was an actual pimp, and it's basically his autobiography of his story of becoming a pimp and pimping. And you might think, why would you read a book like this, John? One, because it's pretty damn interesting. I mean, wouldn't you want to know, the life of a pimp and how it works and what he did? And this is back in the 1940s. Second reason why is because there's a lot of psychology here. I mean, you think about it, these guys, these pimps back then especially, what are they doing? They're basically convincing these women to give up, to go out there and work for them for free, essentially, and give up all their money, and to basically be, head over heels with these guys over what? Nothing. Why would they do that? It's all like a head trip. It's all a con. It's all like a psychological, So if you talk about strong frames, right? And I've got a series of videos on frames and frame control. Check that out here. But how could you have a stronger frame than some of these guys, right? These guys are basically, running the strongest frames possible, and they have to keep this racket going. Essentially, it is a racket, right? The book itself, really well written. Oh my gosh, just so entertaining. Such an interesting story. Again, one of those books that I just could not put down. I just had to know what was going to happen next. Details his whole life, and he doesn't paint a super glamorous picture, right? It's not fake at all. He basically says, look, this is what happened, and this is me learning, being an idiot, right? And you see his pitfalls and all the learning he had to do to actually become successful at this, and how much he screwed up, the times he went to jail. There's just the stupid shit he did, right? And he just doesn't hold anything back. He reveals a lot of vulnerability, his weaknesses, at times when he broke down and fucking cried, and the dude was fucking brutal. He was able to, he's capable of the kind of violence that was necessary in order to be able to be successful at that. And some good stories, some good lessons in there, some life lessons for you guys. Again, I'm not saying that you should be a fucking pimp and beat women or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that there's some lessons in there that are actually pretty valuable about psychology and about how women act, and kind of the behavior pattern that you have to have, right? That is going to cause a woman to actually flee from you or to stay with you, and some of that is a lot of a push-pull type of dynamic, right? These guys were masters of being hot and cold, right? Of being ice cold. They called him Iceberg Slim because he could be ice cold, but he basically was able to, keep these girls guessing, because they never kind of figured him out. Some of the psychology never revealed what he was thinking, right? He never was phased. He kept his emotions under wrap, right? Kept it all close to the vest, and he always made them think that they could lose him, right? Which was always the key there. So really interesting. Like I said, some good lessons in there, and some bad lessons in there for sure as well. But I think it was a fascinating book and just a really good story. So I don't know if I'll rate them, but that book definitely is one that I'd recommend, if not just for the story, because it is a pretty interesting story. And I think just, thinking about, again, these are one of these things where you wouldn't think that the shit that he pulled off is possible, right? But he did it. He pulled it off, and other pimps pull this off at this time. And so it kind of expands your mind. Wow, would people really do this? Would someone really go for this? Yeah, that is. There is the human psychology factor of it. You don't understand what people are capable of, right? But on both ways, right? Both from the kind of pimp side, and also from, the whore side. His, you don't understand. But when you see this in reality, then you're like, oh wow, this is crazy. This is the reality that we live in. So anyway, that's it. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.